What's up guys, Anthony here. Welcome back to another video. And in this video, I want to talk about how Painmaxxing is the fastest path to 10K a day with branded dropshipping. And in this video, I'm going to explain to you why every time you go to test a product, even though you know it's working for another competitor, it's not currently working for you. And chances are you've probably watched a shit ton of product research videos, maybe my videos, and you know exactly what to look for in a winning product. But for whatever reason, when you go to test it, it doesn't work. And it starts to really irk you. And it should irk you because it's one of the most frustrating and annoying things to deal with in dropshipping is seeing a competitor. And oftentimes, isn't it funny how like you click on their landing page and it's complete dog shit as well? But one of the most frustrating things in dropshipping is seeing a competitor that is crushing it with a product, and then you go to test it and it doesn't work for you. So in this video, I want to teach you how to fix that forever and how to actually craft ads for proven winning products that are going to drive sales and get you out of this cycle of finding products, knowing that they're working for competitors, and then testing them in your ad account and them not working for you. So I'm going to show you step by step exactly the process that I go through for taking any proven winning product and then creating highly compelling ad copy that can literally sell anything to anyone, and is what I have coined as the process of Painmaxxing. So make sure to stick around until the end of this video. And again, this is probably going to take me about 10 to 15 minutes. And if you don't have 10 to 15 minutes to watch a video that could literally teach you how to start and scale a successful business that can make you life-changing money, then I don't know, there's probably some streamer or gamer off in the recommended tab. So you might as well click off and go watch that video. There's just no hope. But if your attention span is not fried, let's go ahead and get into today's video. Now, really quick before we dive in, what's up guys? If you're new to the channel, my name is Anthony. I scaled my first branded dropshipping business to 7 figures in its first year, and I've generated over 9 figures in advertising revenue for Shopify brands with Facebook ads. So let's go ahead and dive into today's video. And as you can see, we've got Anakin here on the left, and he's in pain. He's in pain, and we're going to get into how that's relevant here in a second. But I guarantee you, if you're ever in a state where you look like this, there's probably a high chance you want to get out of pain. You're probably in a lot of pain and you'd probably rather not be in pain. So let me show you why that's relevant here. Now, here's the problem that you're probably facing if you clicked on this video. You are probably feeling like this guy getting absolutely bodied by Nico Bellic. And this guy's getting bodied in the worst way possible because he's throwing punches, but Nico's just hard countering him every time. Now, I want to know if any of this sounds familiar. You've probably already tested countless products at this point with minimal to moderate success. Maybe you've made a couple sales. Hopefully you've been able to test and actually make sales, but maybe you've made a few sales, but you're either slightly break even or you're not quite break even. You're making sales, but you're not making money. And you're examining and analyzing all the products that you've tested, and you see that they check off all the boxes. But for some reason, when you go to test them, they make no sales, even though you can literally see your competitor with a worse landing page, a worse offer, worse creative strategy, and for some reason, it's making sales. So what happens? You think, okay, maybe there's something wrong with the product here, or maybe there's something about this product that's working for them that's not working for me. So you go back to product research videos to see if you missed anything. Maybe there's something in your product research process that's flawed because clearly it's working for them and it's not working for you, right? So you go back to product research videos, maybe some of my videos, to see if you've missed anything. And then you find another video and then you think, okay, these are the best filters to use for Spy Tool. Or the reason why I am not seeing success with this product is because I wasn't doing my product research in this way. So now, if I change the filters on my ad spy tool to show this number of impressions in this many days, I'm now going to find much better products. Okay. Then with this newfound change to your product research, you find a new product, you get really excited, you go to test the product, and again, you're left with 0 sales. So why is that happening? Why does it feel like every single time you go to test a product, it makes 0 sales, even though you can see your competitors doing extremely well and crushing it? So here is a quote from David Ogilvy, who, if you don't know, is basically the godfather of advertising, one of the most successful, arguably the most successful advertiser of all time. To explain this in NBA terms, this is basically Jordan. To explain this in football terms, this is basically Messi or Ronaldo. Essentially, this guy is an OG. He is basically Darth Vader of advertising, just all powerful. You get the point. And he has a quote that says, what really decides consumers to buy or not to buy? What the heck? This quote is like breaking my brain. But basically, what really makes them decide to buy is the content of your advertising and not its form. And so the deeper problem and why what you're currently doing is not working is that the products that you've tested, I guarantee you're a smart person. You're not an idiot. You've done the research. You correctly identify that this product is working. And so the product itself is a proven winner. What's not working is how you're selling the product. And it's not about UGC versus images versus advertorials versus VSLs versus insert any other new advertising method or shiny object on YouTube. It's about what you say to the customer that persuades them to buy. I don't care what ad format you're using. If the messaging is not dialed in and is not persuasive, no one's going to buy. You could have a 40-minute long VSL, and if it's a shitty VSL, no one's going to buy. And it's not about the format. It's about what you say to the customer that persuades them to buy. It's what you say and how you say it. It's about bringing their deepest fears to life and then giving them the solution they need. Because imagine if you could get your customer to feel like Anakin did on the Battle of Mustafar when he had 3 of his limbs chopped off. He knew his wife was going to die. And his master, who he was basically so jealous of and accused Obi-Wan of basically sleeping with his wife. If you could get your customers to be in that state, I'm pretty sure they probably want to buy your product. If you could make them feel a certain level of pain and then introduce them to a solution that promises to get rid of that pain as quickly as possible, they'd probably take that deal. And majority of the time, they will take that deal, especially if you get the copy and the ads right, if the messaging is completely dialed in. And so here's where you're going wrong right now. If you're currently testing products and they're not working out, you are too focused, and I'm an English major, so that's really bothering me. All right. You're too focused on finding the next shiny object. You're too focused on, oh, maybe if I do advertorials, maybe if I do VSLs, maybe if I use get hooked instead of PP ads, or maybe if I use this tool over that tool. And instead, what you need to do is cut out all distractions and put your effort onto one proven winning product. Okay. Find one winning product. Then what you do is you focus on one customer avatar you can sell to. There's multiple kinds of people that could buy this product. You want to focus on one person. I'm going to show you in this video how to actually decide who that one person is. You have one product, you have one customer avatar that you can sell to. Then you're going to do the research to understand from this avatar's point of view, their deepest fears, their deepest insecurities, their own life experiences and stories. And then you're going to let your audience write the copy and the ads for you. And I promise you, if you spend more time in the research and if you do the market research process properly, writing winning copy will literally take you minutes. With Claude, ChatGPT, AI in general, it has never been easier to write copy. What's difficult is knowing what aspects of the ad creation process should you actually be focusing on. And 99% of the time, it's going to be focusing on the research, focusing on understanding exactly who your customer is, understanding everything that you need to know about them, understanding what motivates them, what their pains are, what their desired outcomes are in life, what do they want to achieve in life, what can't they currently do in their life, and then using that to then write a really good ad or create a really good UGC ad or create a really good image ad. And so David Ogilvy has another really, really good quote. This guy was just, he just had so many mic drop moments in his life. And this is basically, this could sum up pain diving and Painmaxxing as a whole. When you advertise fire extinguishers, open with the fire. Sounds very obvious, but when you're Painmaxxing and you're selling problem-solving products, you need to start with the pain. And so in this video, I'm going to teach you right now how to do research. And I'm going to literally show you examples in my ad account using this exact prompt that have allowed me to scale a brand new store to almost $1,000 in literally just the last 3 days. So let's go ahead and cut to the actual ad account so I can show you what's working for me right now. All right, guys. Now we're inside of the ad account, and I'm going to show you basically my results so far testing a quote saturated product where I know my competitor or I can estimate my competitor to be doing about 300 to 400 grand per month. And really quick before we dive in, we've made it to the midway point in the video where 98%, I believe, I think only 2% can sit through 10 minutes, but 98% of viewers have dropped off. So as you guys know, if you are an absolute G, if your attention span is not completely fried, and if you want a chance to win a special offer, which is a free month inside of our private course and paid community, God Tier Ecom, then I want you to comment the word research in the comments below. That will signal to me, number one, obviously your attention span, and will also signal to everybody else, including yourself, that your attention span is not completely fried from TikTok, YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, and insert any other instantly gratifying dopamine maxing activity you want there. Number two, it's obviously going to prove that you're an absolute G, which is probably the best benefit of all, that you're an absolute G, that 99% of people will never understand the joke that the rest of us are on. And then lastly, number three, of course, you'll be entered into a special chance to win a free month inside of God Tier Ecom. So comment the word research in the comments below if you made it to this point in the video, and maybe throw in what your favorite advertiser is or your favorite advertising quote is as well. So comment research in the comments below. That being said, let's get back into the video. So this is a campaign that I launched. I think I launched it on the 30th. I can't remember. Yeah, so I turned it on the 30th, and it spent $14. And what you're seeing here is two campaigns. Campaigns are the exact same. One is for the US, one is for Canada. As you guys know, one campaign per country. I don't do any grouping because sometimes you're going to see if you group things, you're going to get multiple different countries getting different amounts of spend, and you just want to keep things separate. So inside of these ad sets, they are the exact same setup. All we're doing here is one angle per ad set. And as you can see, if we go back to the 30th, when we kickstarted this, it was $14 in sales, or $14 in spend. And then the 31st, pretty much day one of us running this offer, 125 spent to make back $311 in sales. This is way past our break-even return on ad spend, and the CPA is stupidly profitable for us. So it was a really good day. And so far, it's been more of the same. Our Canada campaign is performing much, much better so far. Obviously, the USA campaign, as you can see, had a bit of a rough day, to say the least. And if we fast forward to the second here, again, Canada campaign continues to perform. And so far, Canada is obviously showing much, much better metrics compared to the US. Unsurprising, right now, the US just doesn't seem to be performing as well for me compared to other countries, at least in testing. So if we look at the maximum on this particular campaign, $200 spent so far, over $500 in sales, 2.7 return on ad spend. And again, we just started the store about, on the 29th. And I built the store that day, launched the ads that day. And so how can I take a brand new store like this and basically within a day, get it up and running and testing successfully, hitting targets, being profitable, selling a completely saturated product? Like, what is the key difference here? I'm going to show you exactly what the key difference is here and how I can generate metrics like a almost 7% click-through rate and a 50-cent cost or 60-cent cost per click on a brand new test for a brand new product. So let me show you what I'm doing differently that I want you guys to try and implement. So this is the pain diving prompt, and I'm convinced that this is the most useful and most efficient prompt on AI for creating ads and copy for dropshipping. I can't find any other, and honestly, I'm willing to be proven wrong. If you guys have a better prompt than this for creating long form ad copy, advertorials, image ads, and videos, please send it to me, because obviously I would love to use it, but no bias. I mean, obviously I'm biased, but the results I've been getting with this prompt alone have just been so incredible. So as I said earlier, where most beginners go wrong is they don't do enough research to actually understand their competitors, and they're focused on the formats and not the messaging. So what this prompt is essentially what I call my pain diving prompt, and you'll see why I believe Painmaxxing is really the future to being successful in branded dropshipping. And if you're not successful now, it's probably because you're not Painmaxxing enough. And so this prompt enables you to do customer research in a way that sort of infiltrates your customer demographic. You almost kind of like assimilate yourself into the customer demographic. It's like if you've ever seen Rogue One, which if you haven't, is a phenomenal movie. There's a section in that movie, not to spoil it, where basically the rebels have to dress up like the Empire or the Imperials and then go into their base and kind of infiltrate their base and blend in. And so this prompt is essentially doing exactly that. And I will show you how to use this step by step. Now, what you're going to do is basically find your top competitor. So earlier I was doing research on this brand, which is called Revenge Body. Okay. So these guys sell shapewear. And obviously, as you can see, they have multiple different demographics. But when we're doing our product research, it's always important to first validate that a competitor is doing well. So we can very easily achieve this by using a tool called SimilarWeb. And SimilarWeb allows us to see how much traffic a website is generating, and we can take their monthly visitors. And if we multiply that by an average conversion rate of anywhere from 2 to 4%, we can then see how many people have converted. And if we multiply the number of people that have converted by their AOV, then we can find out approximately how much revenue they're doing. And these guys are doing anywhere from, I would approximate 400 to 500K per month. So they're clearly validated. They have a proven product. What we want to do is use SimilarWeb in a bit of a different way here. So we're actually going to open up SimilarWeb's website, and we're going to take their URL here and we're going to insert it into SimilarWeb. And then we also have to confirm that we are human. So let's do that really quick. Incorrect. Oh, there we go. Maybe I'm not human. Maybe this is ChatGPT recording this. Let me verify that I am in fact a human being. Okay. So as you can see, I have Revenge Body in here. And what's really cool with SimilarWeb, even on the free version, is you can go to the section called demographics. So now I can see here that 90% of the audience is female. Obviously, it's a shapewear brand, but sometimes you're going to be looking at products that could be sold to either audience, and you'd be very, very surprised to see the way in which the demographics skew. Majority of the time, if it's 50-50, it's going to be more women. And I can also see the age distribution. You can see about majority of this customer base is from 25 to 54. And there's this weird thing that's happening here where there's 25 to 34, or actually, sorry, 45 to 54 is the biggest. And then there's a dip slightly below that, and then it increases back again from 25 to 34. So what we essentially want to do is going back to this idea here, which is focusing on one customer avatar. We're going to take this demographic information and we're going to give it to Claude as we do research for this prompt. So first thing we do is we're going to open up, let's open up ChatGPT. Okay. And we're going to paste this prompt in. And obviously, as you can see, you want to replace the yellow information with information about your product. So I'm going to say, I'm doing research on shapewear. This is my number one competitor, Revenge Body. And you can literally just take their URL and paste it like that. I'm interested in finding 10 URLs to public discussion forums like Reddit of people in my target demographic, or we could say in their target demographic, talking in detail about their problems and pains. And then we take a screenshot of this and we paste it in. So essentially what we're doing is we're doing research on their most successful customer avatar. So we know majority of their traffic is being driven to their website. They're doing anywhere from 400 to 500K a month in revenue. And majority of their traffic is going to be people in this age demographic. So we're basically getting closer and closer to our top competitors' customer avatar. And that's going to be extremely useful when we go to write the copy and create the ads, because that will inform what kind of copy we write. If we're doing image ads, how old are the models that we show? If we're doing UGC, we know not to put some 18-year-old female model, or on the flip side, some 65 plus gray hair model. We have to nail that balance. And so this is going to inform not only the research, but also when you go to create the ads. So if we paste that in just like that, come on, ChatGPT. You can do this, man. Alrighty. So as you can see, now it is finding essentially 10 forums where you can see basically the language, emotions, and pain points expressed by shapewear users, particularly those aligning with your customer's target demographic, because we don't want to see what 18-year-olds or 24-year-olds think about shapewear. We don't care, because only 6% of our customers or of our competitors' traffic is being driven by 18-year-olds. Conversely, we don't really give a shit what 65-year-olds think of shapewear either. We really want to focus on this demographic, or these demographics rather, here. So as you can see, it is generating all of these URLs. And what we're going to say is, give me the exact URLs to the posts that you found, please. And also find 10 more. All right. So we're going to say, give us the actual URLs and then also find 10 more posts. So let's let this generate. All right. And sometimes you have to be a little careful. I don't know why, guys. If you click on these links directly, sometimes it takes you to some really weird NSFW shit. Like, let me click on this and see if it does it. Okay, it didn't do it, but I swear, if you guys have tried the pain diving prompt, sometimes if you ask for Reddit URLs, you're gonna get some really weird links. I don't know why. So I apologize in advance if you guys have tried it and that's happened to you. So as you can see, we're getting the first 10 URLs and you're basically getting insight into people who are in this niche and getting their thoughts and opinions on shapewear. So obviously this one is a little bit more of a general one, but here's another one like from plus size fashion. So if we click on this, plus size fashion. So this is obviously women that are plus size. And as you can see, this lady's asking what the opinion is of shapewear. And as you can see, this lady actually doesn't wear shapewear. Shapewear is too hot and overstimulating. Let's see if we can find some other ones. So, yeah, it looks like most in the plus size audience are not wearing shapewear. Yeah, so some really good insights there. And yeah, as you can see, if you go through this, you're going to see, like, there's your customer avatar, dude. Look, this is who you need to be selling to. Look, this product, literally for this person. Okay? Look at, she's giving her measurements, all that stuff. Look at that. Absolutely not. Wear whatever you want. I love shapewear. It makes me look nicer and more form-fitting clothing. Okay, so as you can see, like you're getting insight into all these URLs from people and their thoughts on shapewear. So what I'm seeing right now, before we actually move on to the next prompt, which is going to be kind of drafting up and prompting Claude to understand how to write good copy and create good ads, what I'm going to say is some of these appear a bit surface level. I want to understand some of their fears, insecurities, or deeper emotional pains and problems they are trying to solve by buying shapewear. So sometimes the prompt gets it right away, but other times you'll see some of these URLs are like a little bit surface level. Like these people are just discussing shapewear alternatives. Is this one comfortable? We're not really interested in that. We're interested in, if we go back to our Miro board, we're interested in finding out like what is the fire? Like what is the core thing that people are trying to escape or get away from by buying this product? So let's go back. Okay, so as you can see, here are some actual things that people, boom! Look at that. Come on, man. Look at that. Do you ever feel self-conscious if you don't wear shapewear under a dress? I'm scared to take off my dress at night because my body will look so different without Spanx. Like, I'm already thinking through my head, like you could literally do an angle on, are you afraid to go on Tinder because, are you afraid to match on Tinder or go home with a Tinder date because you wear Spanx? And like, if you take off the Spanx, you're not going to look as good, you know? Lower belly pooch. I mean, come on, man. This is gold, man. How? Oh my God, dude. This prompt is OP. This prompt is OP. If we click this, let's see if this actually... Oh, okay. Some of the URLs are broken, so we'll need to fix that. Damn. Looks like a lot of these are broken, so let me not speak too soon. Oh! Okay. Hopefully I don't get demonetized, but hopefully you just saw like how some of the URLs are broken. All right. This is obviously taking a while, so I'm gonna let this generate. Alrighty. So we have now generated an additional 10 URLs to forums. And these are the kinds of URLs that you actually want to be investigating further. As you saw earlier, it was more so about like, again, shapewear like features. And now we're getting into the more specifics as to why people are actually buying this. So what we're going to do now is we're going to grab all of these URLs. Okay. And we can even grab like just these ones here that were like broken. And we're going to bring this now into Claude. Okay. And we're going to leverage the same pain prompt, and we're going to basically just grab this prompt as well. And then we're not going to say finding URLs. I'm interested in analyzing URLs. Okay, and we've already given it those. So now we can just have Claude do the actual analysis. So we've basically used ChatGPT to find the links, and then we're now going to analyze them inside of Claude. Alrighty, so it's done doing the analysis. And now as you can see, if we go in through some of the analysis that it did, here are the emotional language patterns and the pain points as well that customers in this niche are suffering from. So look at this language. I've never felt pretty, or something is wrong with my face, but I don't know what. I was very self-conscious about having a lot of this weight gain in my stomach. Wear whatever you want without feeling self-conscious. It makes me so much less self-conscious wearing dresses/skirts. Lower belly pooch is another one that we need to address as well. So some days I'm lacking in confidence and other days I'm just bloated. When I have days like this, I really need shapewear. Again, look at that. Emotional safety blanket. I don't need a solution for my cellulite, but feel almost cornered into wearing shapewear by society. I mean, this is really just like, now you're getting into the fire, right? If we were selling a fire extinguisher, this is the fire, okay? We're not selling shapewear. We're selling a way for you to overcome self-doubt and confusion. And people are not going to buy shapewear because it's soft or because it makes you look snatched. They're going to buy the shapewear because they want to overcome self-doubt. They want to overcome romantic rejection and low self-esteem. They want to overcome societal beauty standards. And it's not false advertising if your product actually helps them get closer to that. And your product is a way to enable them to do that. So essentially now we are ready to start training Claude to actually write really, really good ad copy and images. So what we can do now is we go on to prompt number 2. And all we're going to do is paste this in. And this document, by the way, the UMS and UMP definition is linked in the actual prompt itself, which is also linked in this video. So then we grab this and we paste that in. And we can go ahead and close this out for now, even though some of this is just fucking phenomenal. Okay. All right. So this is not going to generate anything. We're basically just telling Claude, here's the copywriting framework that we want to use. And now we're going to come up with 5 angles, okay? These 5 angles are going to be fucking light years ahead of what 99% of dropshippers are using. And I always take such immense satisfaction seeing the angles generate. And anytime I use this prompt, especially with Claude, because they're just so fucking good. I mean, they're just so fucking good. I mean, look at the first 5 that we just came up with. So angle number 1 is going to be the bathroom panic story. I'm scared to take off my dress at night because my body will look so different without Spanx. You spend most of the night in the bathroom, fussing, readjusting, and wishing you were home in your PJs. So here's the first angle. Here's the unique mechanism behind the problem, or in other words, here's why 99% of shapewear sucks, and here's why our shapewear is better, or the unique mechanism behind the solution. So we've got the bathroom panic story. We've got the mom pooch shame spiral. Many moms are forced to live with a mom pooch. I mean, I didn't even know that was a term, dude. The mom pooch. Here is after pregnancy, your abdominal muscles and skin have been permanently stretched. Creates what doctors call diastasis recti. I don't even know what that is. Loose skin, no amount of diet or exercise can fully fix. Here's what the shapewear industry has been selling you in the past and why it doesn't work. Here's what our shapewear does. So you can go postpartum, special event, sabotage. I mean, that's a really good angle as well. You can't go to any events. The relationship intimacy block. I mean, that's a really good one. The lower belly pooch obsession. Another really good one. So again, here are 5 unique angles that are all based on the research. And if you want to take this even further, you can basically take a screenshot of this demographic. Okay. Bring this back into Claude and then say, amazing. First of all, you need to congratulate the AI. Say, amazing. These angles are awesome. Now, please come up with another 3 angles that can be leveraged against my competitors' core customer demographic. Okay. So we give it a screenshot of the core customer demographic. Okay. As you can see, heavily concentrated in the 25 to 54 age range with a peak at 45 to 54. So now we're going to get slightly more targeted angles that are a little bit more relevant to our specific demographic. And I already see one generating on screen that I absolutely fucking love, which is the menopause metabolism shift. Look at that. Where is it? Developing a pooch is also a common side effect of premenopause and menopause itself. So now angle number 7, this is one angle, and basically my process would be, this is the angle that I want to focus on for my creative strategy. So what I would say is, you can take this angle and say, come up with 2 more additional variations of this angle that tell or communicate the same thing, the same, we'll say same core angle, but in a unique and interesting alternative way. Okay. So we're basically saying angle number 7 is fantastic. Let's generate another 2 angles based on that initial one. Look at that. Women 40 and up feeling like their body has changed the rules. And then the invisible midlife crisis. I mean, come on, guys. Come on. What is this, dude? So now you have basically 3 angles here, right? We've come up with the first angle, which is the menopause metabolism shift. And we're targeting women experiencing premenopause and menopause body changes. So now we could say, you can basically, with our paint diving prompt, go in any direction that you want. You can draft advertorial copy. You can draft long form ad copy. You can draft image ads. You could draft UGC scripts. So now if I do, let's say, take angle number 7, we paste that in, and then we grab this right here, prompt number 6. Okay. And then we'll say, just do the script only, no scenes or visuals. Okay. And now we're saying, hey, come up with a UGC ad script. Okay. Now watch, we let this cook. Here we go. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. So here is your new UGC script. Now, obviously the first line, a little bit of an eye roll moment. You definitely don't want to use that. But let's take a look at the body of the script. You know that moment when you're getting ready for a date or event, you squeeze into your Spanx and you look amazing, but you spend the entire night terrified about going to the bathroom. Wait a minute. Oh, shoot. This is angle number 1 for this angle. Just do the script, and then we'll say, make sure you use a really attention grabbing hook that calls and our target audience. Okay, sorry, need some slight adjustments there. Okay, there we go. Now we have the script. So the original prompt, by the way, just keep an eye out for that, and I'm gonna do that right now and highlight that in yellow. It says angle number 1 by default, which is why it started generating a prompt based on angle number 1, which was the bathroom story. So now we have the actual UGC script that is going after this angle. This is what you now bring into the AI tool. Look at the script. If you're over 45 and suddenly have a belly pooch that won't budge no matter what you do, this isn't your fault, and I'm about to tell you exactly why. I was doing everything right, eating clean, working out, but my body literally changed the rules on me after menopause. That stubborn lower belly fat, it's not regular fat. When your estrogen drops, your body starts storing fat completely different, blah, 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 blah. That's why it creates those. Oh, wait, here's the kicker. Traditional shapewear was never designed for hormonal fat redistribution. Here's why 99% of all the other shapewear, i.e. revenge body, does not work, because it's not designed for this particular unique mechanism of your problem. Then I discovered shapewear that's actually engineered for post-menopause bodies. Instead of fighting against my hormonal changes, it works with them. It targets the exact areas where menopausal fat settles, lower belly, back, even upper arms, with compression zones, blah, 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 blah. For the first time in years, I feel like myself again. No bulges, no rolling, no overheating. If you're tired of shapewear that's stuck in the past while your body has moved on, you need to try this. Link is below, and trust me, your 45-year-old body will thank you. I wish I had a mic. I wish this wasn't attached to my desk so I could literally drop it, because this is incredible. This is amazing. I fucking love this prompt so much because it just works so well. And I guarantee you guys, if you are not generating scripts that use this level of detail, that use your customers and target demographics actual language in them, and describes their deepest fears, pain points in their own words better than they can, and actually brings those to life, and then introduces them to a solution, you're never going to see success in dropshipping, period. And so I would encourage you, if you currently have a product that you know is a winner, that you know your competitor is selling, take the time, use this prompt. As you saw in this video, it doesn't take a lot of time. And your copy will literally write itself. Once you do the research to actually understand your customer and come up with really unique angles for one specific type of person, now it just comes down to testing as many new angles as possible. Because I guarantee you, Revenge Body is not talking about the unique reason of menopause belly pooches or post-menopause bodies and why your body is literally changing the rules and how, you know, your hormonal fat redistribution works. I guarantee they're not talking about that. And so that gives you a unique way of selling the product, which is all you need to actually find success with a proven winner. Is just one unique way of selling it that your competitor isn't, that is both compelling, persuasive, and actually talks in the words and the feelings and the emotions of your customer demographic. And if you do this and you make all of your ad tests centered in this level of research, you will drastically improve your chances of success in testing a product, and you will drastically improve your ability to take any product and to sell it well. So guys, that is going to do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video as always. And if you want access to the paint diving prompt, it's going to be linked in the description of this video. Again, I strongly believe that this prompt is one of the most powerful prompts, and I don't see anyone else on YouTube actually doing this process of using Reddit and public discussion forums of your customer demographic to actually write the copy for you and to do research. Most people are doing like deep research on ChatGPT, which I've tried, and it's very, very broad and generalized. Whereas this research is much more actually in line with your customers and the language that they use, because it's going to where they're talking about their pains and their problems. So this this link to this document is going to be in the description below. And you guys can get access to this. And again, Claude and ChatGPT are your best friends when it comes to using this prompt. So hope you guys enjoyed the content as always. And if you did, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Now, if you made it to this point in the video, friendly reminder to comment the special word in the comments below, because it's going to prove, number one, that your attention span is not fried. Number two, that you're an absolute G and you're in on a joke that 99% of people will never get. And lastly, number three, it will enter you into a chance to win a free month inside of God Tier Ecom, which is our private course and community. Now, if you're curious about why that should even compel you to leave a comment, which I'm not going to say what the word is in the comments below, let me just show you a little bit about what you get access to when you join God Tier Ecom. So God Tier Ecom is my private course and community for aspiring entrepreneurs looking to start and scale their first branded dropshipping business to $1,000 a day and scale even further beyond that. So when you join and get access to God Tier Ecom, you're gaining access to three things. Number one is going to be the community section. And the community is by far the most valuable aspect of God Tier Ecom. It's not the course, it's not the calls, it's not the $6,000 a year of spy tools. It is literally the community. We've got guys like Enos here dropping crazy value, scaled to his first 10K day, and then also dropped some life-changing advice in the comments below as to what was working for him. And lots of our students and community members are doing the exact same thing. This is where you can get your ads reviewed, you can ask questions, and you can figure out what's working for other people who are facing the same challenges as you, so you can get the advice in real time that you need to break past those challenges. So you get access to the community. And of course, we got guys in here that are sharing their incredible wins, like Enos, his first 10K a day, Jose making $250, Till, who scaled all the way up to 6,000 euros in a single day with his store. So of course, everyone here is getting those nice dopamine hits from sharing those wins and seeing those lovely Shopify screenshots. So you'll also get access to the classroom section, which contains our full masterclass, which will show you step-by-step everything that you need to start and scale your first branded dropshipping business to $1,000 a day. Everything from finding products to building the store, literally from the Shopify sign-up page all the way to a fully built out store, how to write advertorials, exactly as you saw in this video, how to use Funnelish, how to make creatives, and of course, how to test and scale with Facebook ads as well. You will also get access to over $6,000 a year in spy tools, free themes, free templates. There's a bunch of free stuff in there, including my private supplier. And that is instant unlock when you get access or when you join. So if you're thinking about joining a spy tool, you might as well join God Tier Ecom, get access to the spy tool and all the community and the classroom and all that good stuff, because it's an instant ROI. So there's also some live recordings in here, and you can even unlock one-on-one coaching calls with me. And then lastly, we have the calendar. Now, we just had an awesome Q&A today, and the Q&A calls are where you can literally get live one-on-one coaching from me in a call and ask me questions, get feedback on your store, get my thoughts on your ad account, get my thoughts on your creatives. And it is literally like having me in your corner as your coach, helping you along the way, overcome any challenges or issues in your business. So these calls happen twice a week for 1 to 2 hours, and they're extremely, extremely valuable. So if you want access to the community, if you want access to the classroom, if you want access to all of the bonuses, the spy tools, the premium themes, live recordings, the coaching calls, and the group coaching calls as well. And if you're serious about starting and scaling a branded dropshipping business to $1,000 a day, then click the first link in the description to join God Tier Ecom. Now, we are also doing something very special. We, a couple of weeks ago, basically gave 60% off an annual subscription to God Tier Ecom. And by popular request, we decided to extend that discount for just one more week. So right now, for the next week, you can get 60% off an annual subscription. And I've said this before, but genuinely, we will never do this again because it's a really big discount off the entire year. And just so many people surprisingly have decided to opt for that and take it. So right now for the next week, you can get 60% off 1 year. On top of that, there is a 7-day money back guarantee. So you can join the community, try everything out, try the course, get access to the spy tools, get all my resources, my SOPs, my templates, get a coaching call, attend the group coaching. And if for whatever reason, in 7 days, you are not absolutely 100% satisfied, you can get your money back, no questions asked. So that there is literally no risk in joining. So guys, Got Your Ecom, it's going to be the first link in the description. Again, if you're serious about starting and scaling a branded dropshipping business to $1,000 a day, and you want to join a community of like-minded, hustling entrepreneurs who are honestly becoming some of my greatest friends inside of this community, then click the first link in the description to join Got Your Ecom. Otherwise, hope you guys got a ton of value out of this as always, and I will catch y'all in the next one. Peace.